Hey, what up, y'all? Nurse David here, coming at you from the den, and today we're going to be talking about nursing informatics. And I want to tell you about some things that I wish I would have known prior to getting my master's in health informatics, also known as nursing informatics. Now, I believe most of you know my story. I'm a bedside nurse, worked myself up from a CNA to an RN. While I was working as an RN, got my BSN. While I was working as an RN still, got my MSN just recently, and that's in health informatics, which I graduated last year, June of 2021. And the reason I want to make this video is kind of an update as to how the job search is going for me. Yes, that is right. I graduated a year ago and I am still on the job search. And it's not because I haven't been putting myself out there. There's a few major barriers that I've come across when it comes to getting an actual position. I got Ari back here messing up the couch, but yes, I have actually interviewed probably at 4 or 5 different hospitals at that point, which is kind of a big deal to actually get your resume even pulled and get an interview in such a field that is so tight knit. Out of those 5 interviews that I actually got second interviews on 4 of them, which is also a big deal. And for the most part, I feel like, if anything, my interviewing skills have really improved doing it over and over again, where I'm able to correct myself and for next time when I interview, do it even better. But the main barrier that I'm facing is not necessarily my interviewing skills, is what I'm learning. It really has to do with the experience that I have. And this can be really hard to attain as a bedside nurse or anyone who does not work in nursing informatics. But how do you get nursing informatics experience without getting in the actual field? And I feel like I've really pushed myself to do as many things as I can to get this experience without actually having a position. My first thing that I have done as a bedside nurse to get experience in the field would have to be volunteering to be a super user. Now, that person who is going to be integrating the stuff, working with the informatics team to implement new changes on the unit. Now, it's actually been a while since I've been a super user technically, but I definitely add that on my resume, which I feel really helps my resume getting pulled and getting me into these interviews. But that doesn't seem to be enough. So another thing that I have done is I went to school, got my master's in health informatics. Now, it is true, you can get a job in nursing informatics with just a bachelor's degree. The thing is that these jobs are very competitive. As you can imagine, here I am still interviewing for positions and unable to attain one, that they're very competitive. And the more things that you can add onto your resume, the more it's going to make you stand out. So although you'll read on Facebook pages and on threads that you don't need a master's, which you completely don't, and if you can get a job in the field without getting it, definitely go for that first, because then you're already in the field. You can always go back and get your master's if they want you to, but you're already in the field. You're already there. You don't need a master's degree in nursing informatics to do what they do, honestly, from my own experience. But yes, I did complete my master's in health informatics, and I completed 200 hours with a preceptor, which I also put on my resume, which I also believe helped, where I did take the opportunity to take on a large assignment myself, a project within the place where I did my hours at, where I could actually implement something on my own. So I can guarantee you that I definitely added that to my resume. But then here we are, 2022. I'm not salty, or am I? 2022, I'm still over here applying and getting turned down for these positions. One hospital actually told me that I interviewed great, that they hired somebody with just more experience. I mean, if someone is applying that has a job, they already have more experience than me. But they also told me that I was not asking for enough money, so that was also deterring them from hiring me because I'd be severely underpaid, which is like mind-blowing to me that was even something that was brought up. You can bet that on my future applications I am putting the amount that they told me to, but that I was asking for too much money. They don't necessarily have to pay me what I'm asking for. They could pay me what they start their normal informatics nurses at, but this was something that deterred them away from me, which left me a little bit shook. I'm not giving up though. It's been hard. It's been annoying, actually, not just hard, but annoying. I'm on several Facebook pages keeping an eye out for job listings, but I feel as though the places where I have already applied and interviewed and didn't get the job, whenever I apply to any other new listings, I'm automatically not even considered anymore, which is really a shame because I feel like I've really amped up my resume, my interviewing skills, where maybe they could just take a chance on me and they would find that I'm a very hard worker. But that's the hard part about this. That's pretty much how it's been going for me lately, is I'm still working at the bedside as a nurse, still putting myself out there as much as I can, following up whenever I can, but I'm still unable to get a position. I would highly recommend that if you ever get the opportunity to do anything with your IT team, definitely take it. If you have an opportunity to get a job in the field without even having your master's degree, definitely go for it, because I feel like if anything, that should have been something I was striving for even while I was in school, not waited till I was done with school, was strive for that. That's a bit it though. If you guys have any questions for me about nursing informatics, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I just thought I would share my experience. If you guys are looking into the master's program at Grand Canyon University and want to know what their MSN classes in nursing informatics are like, I'll post their videos here because I did do a review at the end of each class that I took in that program. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.